here we go. Getting ready to make our brine. I'm gonna turn it on, and we're gonna use grams. The idea is that we are going to do a percentage, so how much water we're using. We're going to do about a 3 to 3.5 because we're doing peppers. So peppers, you want to tend to stay between the 3% to 5% range on how much salt you're using with the amount of water. So rather than measuring per cup that I'm going to be using, I'm just going to make a big batch of brine and then pour it in as I need it. So right now we're going to zero this out, our weight. I'm going to put water in here, and that's going to tell me how much brine or salt I need to add to it to make it the proper ratio of brine. Hold on 1 second. All right, so bringing it back. So I have about, excuse the shine from the light, that is a 1827 grams. So 1,827 grams of water. And we're going to do 3% of that. That is about 2 quarts based on that. So that's going to tell me for about a 3% rum, it's going to be about 57 grams of salt. If you're not going to use a calculator, which I am not, I found this on my fermentedfoods.com. They have a little calculator for you, and you can put in your amount of water, and it'll tell you your unit of grams. So if you look here, kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. But I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zero it out. So we're zeroed out. And I'm using sea salt. However, use pickling salt, canning salt, kosher salt. I'm using sea salt. That's what I have. Only thing I wouldn't use is iodized or table salt, because that could change the color of your sauces you're making. So let's do it. We want to do about 57 grams of salt. And just so you can kind of see, I'm really just roughing it with my salt. Lift you up here a little bit. I got the shakes. So you could kind of see I'm just literally shaking it. And I suppose it probably would be easier if I had like a measuring spoon or something. But, you know, we do what we can. So I'm going to do 56. There we go, 57. So we're perfect. So I'm going to get that salt dissolved. We're going to get our peppers cut up and sorted and all that good stuff. I've got 3 mason jars that I'm going to do, and we're going to try fermenting. Okay, so we are back. I have some that I plucked the other day. I have my brining liquid, which we measured out. Once again, for peppers, we're doing 3%. And ratio, got that measured. And I've got a couple of my jars ready on the side. I got a few more peppers that I did pick. They're washed. So a few more that were red that we're just going to add to the bunch. So I am not, in particular this go around, concerned too much with type necessarily versus color. This is yours. Cute little peaches. This is your spice level, this is what you want to make. I'm gonna do a couple different ones, so bear with me. Not sure that I'll show you all of them on camera, me actually making them, but I at least wanted to show you the concept of what I'm doing. And there are particular flavors. This is the first time I'm fermenting my sauces. I normally do a quick one where I actually cook the peppers, onions, garlic, everything that I'm gonna put into it. As you can see, I am separating them because I may change my mind, and if I change my mind, at least I already have them kind of mapped out where I'm gonna go with them. So I have habaneros, I have habaneros, Scotch bonnets, Mad Hatters, some peach, I forget the variety. I'll try to include them in the comments. I did a bunch of different peppers, lemon, and as they're getting, ripe and ready, we're coming to the close of the summer here. So we're getting our last few batches that we can, and we are loading up. I think I want to do, so as you can see, I'm kind of just doing all the reds together. And I kind of have a feeling that I'm going to end up doing Scotch bonnet. Ooh. We'll put that somewhere. I got some red jalapenos. So as you can see, like Tabasco, I don't have a rhyme or reason on doing one particular flavor of hot pepper. I like the way the different heat levels kind of speak to me when I do it. And I may show you, so I'm going to try this way. I said all that to say this. I am going to try to do fermenting of these, but then I have a whole nother batch that's coming in that I'm going to do the traditional way that I do my hot sauces, which is where I actually boil them for about 15-20 minutes on the stove with the vinegar and all of that added. I am very vinegar based. There is one exception to that rule that I am doing this year, which I've already done. And I will just did a quick grind in just a mason jar. These are Tabasco peppers. This is a few days in. This is about 5 days in now, where this brine is just, but this is just a mason jar. I shake it up every day just to make sure it's still, it's good and it's still going. There's no issues with it. And this is a pop top. And how I know that it's fermented is because if you can tell that top, you can't really press, you can, but it's not popping the way it normally would. And daily I just go in and burp it. I'll show you, insert here, a good burp. Open it. This is just to make sure I release the CO2 gases that are in here. But I do have some actual fermenting tops that I'm going to use on the larger jars that I have here. And the principle of that is I don't have to worry about burping it daily. It'll do it on its own. So that's kind of good. I kind of want to set them and forget them and leave them as long as possible because I hear the flavor is just phenomenal. So we're going to test that theory on how I like fermented versus cooked. But trust me, the hot sauce was wonderful at all. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the red ones first. But these habaneros that are in front, and they're kind of, a lot of them are off camera. I have a mess of these habaneros, smaller ones. I'm gonna do, I think, a mango habanero. And I'm trying a bunch of different flavors. But I'm gonna ferment them all. I want to see how that comes out. This is the fun part of gardening and doing your own sauces and fermentations. You're kind of making up your own flavor profiles. I've seen and watched a couple videos. We're gonna test it out. The reds I'm just gonna all do together with a lot of hot, but a mixture of sweets and things, garlic, onion, and so let's get started. You're gonna see me, I'm gonna do the reds first so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. So here is just making sure I get them all in to my jar here. And again, these are all cooked, or I'm sorry, cleaned, cooked. So I'm just popping the tops off, and I'm not, doing a uniformed. I'm just doing a rough chop on these. I am leaving my seeds. I do not take them out. The heat level in my family is tremendous. We are not afraid of heat. I've got some good testers. Shout out to Bree and Blair and Brooke, my hot sauce testers. They keep me honest and hasn't failed me yet. So we're gonna get these all chopped up. As you can see, again, there is no rhyme or reason. I'm getting them all in as much as possible, going through, making sure that there aren't any that are too much in the way here. Please, if you're not used to it, gloves. The capsaicin in this can be a problem, and you end up touching your face, some body parts and such. It's a hot time in the city. Really don't want to be that kind of on fire. So I'm just gonna get these chopped up, and let's see. Just so you know, I do, off camera, I do have sweet peppers. I do a mixture to kind of, that is my sweetness that I get to, that I do add to all of my hot sauces. I like a sweet heat. You can achieve that by various ways. In the past, I've done like a tablespoon or so of sugar when I do the cooked ones. For the fermenting, I'm not adding anything else other than the veggies themselves. And then once they're finished fermenting, I will add the actual vinegar and all that good jazz that I want to add, or leave it be. For instance, the Tabasco, I'm not adding any vinegar to that. It's just going to be the brine and Tabasco sauce kind of just hanging out, doing its thing. So once I get this full, it's a nice size red pepper. I'm trying to remember what variety. That's another. I need to really get better at that. Really do. I want to say that's a Marconi that I let get red. And I have a bunch of different ones. I have some banana peppers that I let go to red. I have some bell orange, so I may just like stick them with, one of those. I am trying to keep not too many greens. I am trying to keep the color, if that makes sense. When I do the red peppers, though, to me it doesn't matter. I'll be mixing the lemons with those, or using them for cooking. We'll see. But as you can see, like, these red peppers, I'm gonna have plenty more, and I should have probably gotten a larger jar for those, but there's more out here somewhere. I'll get them in somewhere. It'll be just 2 different batches. No sweat. We like those kind of problems. Do I want to do like a ghost pepper? So many options, so little time. So I'm gonna mix it. I'm getting kind of full with the peppers, and I want a nice good mix. Oh, I can smell the heat. I got a red onion here, so I'm gonna take about half of that. Give that a rough dice. I think I'm gonna enjoy the depth of flavor already. I can kind of tell where this is going, and I kind of like it. Again, the onions and garlic and stuff is highly optional. This is just something I'm trying here. It's my hot sauce. I do what I want to do. And good piece of garlic. And yes, I grew these myself, the garlic and onions. Grew them myself in ye old garden. I think this is the fun part that I enjoy truly about gardening. It's just all the possibilities that you can come up with. Cayennes. Okay, we're almost there. Getting to the top. So adorable. So misleading. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. The way that just popped open. Woo! This is going to be awesome. This is going to be absolutely awesome. Awesome. Okay. So, we have a good bit in here. And I'm just going to pack this down. See if I can get some more in. Pack it as good as I can. Because you want to make sure there's not a lot of air in here as it's fermenting. So we've got some more space. Let's get to it. Still see what I'm doing here. And again, I'm not doing this in like any type of uniformity. We're just going for the gusto. If you can't tell, I've stayed away from these ghost peppers. I kind of want to do, I think I want to do just a small batch of ghost peppers. Shoot me. The heat in this. And trust me, like I said, I'm very vinegar based. So this is going to no, I'm not, let me not even lie. Lord forgive me. This is going to do a couple folks in. Believe you me. But I actually have an idea. The ghost peppers are kind of more orangey than red. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a couple carrots, kind of mix with those. This is where you can get so creative. And I think this is where I'm going to take my license to kind of do things a little bit different than what I normally would. I'm going to try different flavors and different combinations and see what I actually like versus what I don't like. I think it's going to be kind of fun. So yeah, hang tight. This is going to be crazy. See where we are now. Okay, I really do think that's good. So we have enough headspace that we're gonna do what we gotta do. So now that we are fully packed, I'm gonna take our brining liquid, and I use filtered water, and I'm just going to make sure that we are full, leaving just a little bit of headspace. And I have a weight let me say this. I'm gonna get like a knife or something because I see some air bubbles that are trying to come up. So hold on. Just kind of make sure. The idea is that I don't want any peppers or anything sticking out of the brine. I want everything to be underneath the brine. I don't want a lot of air bubbles that need to be released. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting as much. And as you can see, like when I go in to make sure that the brine is reaching all those pockets, my water level has gone down some now that it's getting to where it needs to get. This is just making sure that I've got good coverage through the fermenting process. Cool. Okay, so I've got a little weight to make sure that stuff stays, and it has. Everything is remaining under on the top here, and as you can see, it's got a little hole. So I'm gonna get this on. And then it comes with this that just kind of sticks right in here. And what you do is fill this up to where it's right there. Cap it. And what this does, it automatically will burp itself, right? So CO2, as it builds up, pops up top, comes out, but air can't get in. So we've got one done. A couple more to go. I am gonna move those. The idea is to keep it like in a dark, cool place. The warmer you are, the faster the fermentation process goes. The house, I keep it kind of like at about 70 something, but it's cool air. And yeah, so that's one. I'm gonna make some combinations here, kind of just play with it. We'll get a couple more jars set up, and I'll show you the progress.